Alright, so in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I made this desk. I started ripping the 3/4 inch sheets down to almost their final dimensions with the track saw. These ink rust stops are really useful when making repetitive cuts on the track saw. It makes it so you don't even have to measure and set the track to a line. It makes quick work of breaking down all the sheet goods. Then I go ahead and start cutting everything to its final width at the table saw and then cross cut all my pieces to their final width. I then set up the dado stack in the table saw and start cutting all the dados in the side pieces of each cabinet that will receive the bottom pieces of the cabinet. Then it's on to the glue up and assembly of the cabinets. All of the upper cabinets have a full width piece that is accepted by a rabbet at the top. The lowers get two pieces that are secured with pocket holes. I place the pocket holes facing up so they won't ever be seen. Off camera I broke down the face frame stock. I've built face frames a few different ways, and I think I like assembling the face frames as one piece and then attaching that piece to the carcass of the cap. This time I cut each rail and style to size and glued it to the cabinet carcass. And I'm just flushing it up here at the bottom as best as I can, and even leaving a hair long that way so that I can sand it flush if that is the case, but I don't want it to move any more up the cabinet. Then I was off to milling down some 4/4 poplar for the doors. This was quite the undertaking as I needed 16 doors in total. After getting everything to its final width, I took the pieces in their rough lengths and routed out a dado to receive the door panel. I like to leave all my pieces a little long up to this point, just to make sure that if any chip out happens at the router, I can trim off the ends that chip out. I then take all the pieces back over to the table saw and use my crosscut sled with a stop block to cut everything down to its final length. I then set up another stop block and prep all my stiles for a groove. I make sure to use a test piece to make sure that the length of the tongue will fit perfectly into the groove in the rail. Make sure that when making tongue and groove doors that you cut your stiles long enough so that the tongue fits into the groove of the rail. Then it's on to assembling all the doors. Make sure that each door is square, as this will be critical in matching and lining up the doors to the cabinet. I'm now breaking everything down for the tabletop, and I got a little impatient at this point with setting up the camera and videoing everything, so I don't have a whole lot of video for this step process, nor any video for the finishing process. So anyways, this is all just 6/4 alder to make a tabletop that's about an 1.25 inches thick. Because alder is really knotty, I went ahead and filled all the holes with epoxy before applying any stain and finish. And the finish I used is Sherwin-Williams Sherwood pre-catalyzed lacquer. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, that's a wrap.